Okay, here we go. Time for the next story. This next story about young Rab to insanity and beyond. Young Rab fights addiction. Into the abyss. Here we go. Young Rab's journey is one marked by struggle and turmoil. At this point in his life, he is caught in the grip of addiction, grappling with the consuming effects of alcohol and cocaine. This dangerous combination has set him on a downward spiral, dragging him ever further into the darkness. As he lies unconscious, his mind drifts into a strange and cosmic dreamscape. Here the boundaries between reality and imagination blur, and his subconscious weaves together the chaos and conflict of his waking life into a vivid dream world. In this dream world, Rab's inner turmoil is transformed into fantastical shapes and images as he navigates the challenges within his own mind. Let us enter his dream. The cosmic wormhole was ablaze with conflict, marking the ultimate showdown. I had defeated Thoth in direct combat, answering his challenge and emerging victorious. Afterwards, goddess Bastet escaped to another dimension, but I managed to follow her movements and watch her activities, intending to address that issue later. For now, my focus remained on bringing this battle to its conclusion. At this stage, I was untouchable. The energy received from Thoth's decapitation was immense. Any window of opportunity the demonic forces of this realm had of defeating me was long gone. I saw no reason for any more unnecessary deaths. Young Rab slowly awakens. What the fuck was I dreaming about? Thoth, wormholes, fourth dimension. Whoa, my head hurts. Oh no. Don't tell me I've done it again. Where the fuck am I? Whose fucking clothes are these? No, not again. Don't tell me I've fucked up again. I'm in a caravan. Fuck's sake. What have I done this time? Rab scans his surroundings and quickly notices he's dressed in unfamiliar clothes. His body aches all over, hinting that he was probably in a fight. Examining the scratches and cuts on his arms, he knows things aren't looking good as he gently touches the bumps on his head and realises one of his eyes is nearly swollen shut. Fuckity fuck. What can I remember? I went up to see Stuart and was going to help him with a job he had lined up. That bit's crystal. Okay. We started with a bottle of Desperado each, a wee quick beer that turned into 4 or 5. Then I started talking my usual shite. Clear so far. Oh no, there's the moment. I see Stuart's whisky collection staring out at me from his cabinet. Stuart, do you fancy pouring some whisky from your beautiful collection? Stuart, being the lovely guy he is, obliges me, and we get into whisky. No work would be getting done, that's for sure. I can remember up to that bit, and then it starts to get a bit hazy. Ian. I've headed to Ian's house. I vaguely remember being in a car with Stuart's wife. Where was she taking me? Something in the distance is ringing a bell in my head. Then nothing comes back to me. I'm drawing a complete blank, total blackout. And I've woken up here. What the fuck was that dream I was having? Fuck it. I've more pressing matters to deal with rather than wondering about a daft, nutty dream. What carnage has unfolded again? I'm fucking sick to death of these blackouts and this binge drinking. How much debt have I gotten myself into with the coke this time? Oh! Here we go again. Time to take a couple of breaths and begin the process of trying to piece this nonsense together. I brace myself and leave the caravan, heading over to Stuart's house to no doubt begin my apologising routine and find out if anyone's talking to me. Also, trying to find out what's happened. A couple of chaps to the door, and Stuart appears. Jesus, Rab, how you feeling, my friend? I hope you don't feel as bad as you look, for fuck's sake. What the fuck happened to you last night after my wife dropped you off at Ian's? You were right out of your dial, asks Stuart. Stuart, I'm sorry, mate, if I've caused any bother. I've got a complete blackout after leaving here. I vaguely remember being in the car with your wife, and then I woke up in your caravan with these clothes on, replies Rab. Stuart brings Rab into the house and makes coffee. Listen, Rab, I'm not giving it to you tight. I like you. We're good friends. But for fuck's sake, my man, after my wife dropped you off, we thought no more about it. You'd obviously had a few. You were guzzling the whisky like water. I did think to myself at the time, that's going to catch up with him. Anyway, I'm in bed sleeping and get awakened by the sound of someone, well, not someone, it turns out it was you, shouting like a fucking madman. Then it just stopped. By this time, I'm lying fully awake, wondering if I've really heard anything at all. Susan turns to me and says, that sounded like Rab shouting. I thought, fuck it, and pulled my clothes on, then went outside to see what the disturbance was, and found you lying in the middle of the road with just a pair of trousers on. Fuck all else. You were bleeding and mumbling something about wanting to kill people. I couldn't get any sense out of you, so I brought you inside and cleaned you up as best I could. You didn't want to go to the hospital for a check-up. We didn't know what to do with you, so we put fresh clothes on you and stuck you in the caravan out of the way to let you sleep off. I would have put you on the couch, but we were getting up sharpish to put the kids out to school. Christ, Stuart. I feel fucking ashamed, says Rab. I'm so grateful for your help and can't thank you enough. I know I've got problems and I'm trying to deal with them without much fucking success, it seems. Saying that, I'm not taking a beating off anyone, no, that's for sure. I want to find out what the fuck's went on, who the fuck's gave me this sore face. I'm going to give Ian a phone and see if he can shed a little light on this mess. I'm with you on that, Rab. If someone's taking a liberty with you in that condition, let's get it sorted. Rab phones Ian and tries to find out what's going on during this drunken rampage. Ian is annoyed with Rab and tells him he's out of order for turning up like that, and he's never seen anyone that wasted before. You turned up at the house like a savage, right out of your fucking mind, demanding that I let you in and we get some booze and coke sorted. I had to tell you that it wasn't happening as I had people round for dinner, and you weren't getting in because you were just too far gone and trying to cause problems. Rab asks about how he is all bruised and battered. You best come see me, Rab, and I'll tell you what happened. Stuart grabs his car keys and they head down to Ian's to find out the finer details of this latest catastrophe. They arrive to find Ian waiting at the front door. Here's what happened, Rab. You arrived at this house smashed, and I've told you, you can't come in. I've got my brother and his partner over for dinner. You're out of your fucking mind. You seem to take it on board and stagger away. I shout after you, be careful, and go straight home. Then I'm sitting at the dinner table, me, my wife, the two kids, and my brother Scott with his partner. The patio door curtains are open. We're sitting at the table enjoying our dinner with a bit of chat to go. Next thing you know, you come charging up the back garden with no top on and run face first into the patio doors like a madman. I mean, face first right off the glass. I've never seen anyone act like that. You were screaming like a man possessed and just bounced off the glass. We were sitting there like, did that happen? Then you get back up, stagger down the garden and charge the doors again. Face first, right off the fucking glass and bounce back into a heap. We thought you'd knocked yourself out. Fuck knows how the glass didn't smash. No wonder you're all cuts and bruises, man. Look at you. One of your eyes is almost swollen shut. You must feel like shit. Ian was looking at him, shaking his head. And he continues on. At that point, my brother Scott went out to see what the fuck was going on with you while I tried to calm everyone down. It was fucking bedlam, man. Scott gets you off the ground, trying to see how badly you've hurt yourself, and the next thing you know, you're fighting him, throwing punches and trying to bite him. What the fuck had you been taking? Scott had to punch you a couple of times to get you to back away, and then you just took off. You ran back down the garden, fell over the back fence, and disappeared into the night. All the time this was happening, you shouted all kinds of threats about everyone getting murdered. Jesus Christ, Rab, what's happening to you? Rab is fucking mortified. Absolutely full of mortification. Ian, really sorry. I'm ashamed and struggling to cope with all this. I can't handle what I'm hearing and I feel like I'm about to break down. I honestly don't know what to do. He glances at Stuart, who is also shocked, and adds, Stuart, please just going to take me home till I rest up and try to get myself sorted. I'll be back home to make things right with everyone who's seated at that table. Stuart drops Rab off at his flat after he pick up the provisions that will see him through the next couple of days as he tries to get himself together. Rab locks the door behind him, lies on the couch and starts sobbing uncontrollably. Rab's head is fried. He knows that this shit can't continue. These blackouts and fuck-ups are happening way too regular now. Lying here, just sobbing his heart out, ain't going to solve a thing. He hears his phone ringing. It's Ian on the other end. Listen, Rab. It's just to let you know that it turns out one of the kids filmed what happened on their phone. You know what kids are like these days, Rab. Well, I'm giving you the heads up because word is that it's getting shared on social media. They filmed you running at the doors, topless, smashing your face off the glass. For what I've been told, they've slowed down the second time you ran at the doors and added music in the background. Chariots of fire. I'm sorry, Rab. Obviously, I'll have a word with them about it. But it's out there, mate. Rab disconnects the phone and sinks further into the darkness of depression. All we can think of is this video reaching 1 million views on YouTube. Rab spends the following 2 days and nights sweating on the couch, drifting in and out of sleep. At times he can't tell what's real and what's a dream. His recurring visions involving Thoth and other dimensions are overwhelming his mind. He does his best not to dwell on the recent episode with the patio doors, even starting to question whether it truly happened or if it's simply something his now fragile, vulnerable mind has invented. As the effects of alcohol and cocaine gradually wear off, Rab finds himself confused and disconnected from reality. In moments of clarity, he becomes overwhelmed with waves of depression. His life is in free fall and he feels lost, unsure which way to turn. His cold turkey-style withdrawal exacerbates all this. After struggling through his second day of trying to sort himself out, Rab concludes he can't take it anymore. Sweating and overwhelmed by swirling thoughts, he decides that working toward better health will have to be postponed. Fuck this. I need to get back on it. His decision is made. Convincing himself he needs something to take the edge off this fucking craziness, he washes, gets ready and heads out to a local house where there's always a welcome. You could call it a kind of sanctuary for people in that lifestyle. This house is always open and there's never any judgment here, as long as you're buying. There's always coke for sale and booze too. For once, he feels fortune is on his side since it's late and almost 10 o'clock. This timing suits Rab perfectly, as he's less likely to run into anyone familiar. Fewer people are around to notice his bruised face or the rough state he's in, struggling through withdrawal from alcohol and cocaine over the past few days. Suddenly, he wonders if that video of him charging headfirst into the patio doors could actually exist. He's uncertain about what's real anymore, but quickly pushes the thought aside. Almost at the house now. Sanctuary. Ah, welcome, Rab. Come in, come in. You're not looking too well, big fella. Here's a beer. Get that down you, and you'll be fine. I take it you'll be wanting to buy some coke to give yourself a wee lift. There's a few bodies scattered throughout the house. Rab knows everyone who frequents this place. Are they friends? Well, that's anybody's guess. Some may be friends, but one would never know, as all connections are through a haze of drinking drugs. Rab pays for a bag of coke and a bottle of Jack Daniels, then settles down at the table where 3 of his associates are seated and well on their way to being smashed out of their tiny minds. After a couple of meaty lines of coke and a large Jack Daniels thrown down in a 1-8, Rab starts to feel human. It's party time again. The booze and cocaine are doing their thing and the place is livening up. There's music on in the background. A couple is having a wee slow dance in the middle of the living room. A lot of loud chat is coming from the kitchen. Rab and his associates are at the table, all trying to talk over each other. thinking that their patter is worth hearing far more than the shite everyone else is talking. Rabs in full flow. Rabs in full flow, regaling everyone with tales of deed and daring, most of it being absolute shite, magnified tenfold by the effects of booze and drugs, of which he has consumed plenty. Rab feels fucking marvellous. He's finished the first bag of coke, so he orders up another. As he's given the second bag, it's accompanied by a little whisper in his ear, just where he's at with his tick mill. A wee reminder. No fucking problem to Rab. His bill sits at 400, even by Rab's standards. The lanes of coke being sniffed are large. Really fucking large. As Rab swigs another Jack Daniels, he feels bulletproof and has escaped all the bullshit torturing him as he lay on his couch earlier. Fucking bring it on, he thinks. This is the way to go. Please give me a moment while I step away and I'll share the conclusion of this story. It's truly remarkable, says Rab, before heading to the toilet. Well, that's what it sounded like in Rab's head. The reality is a garbled, mumbled, almost incoherent diatribe of slabbers and spit. While in the toilet, he has trouble urinating due to the physiological effects of the cocaine in his system. After several minutes of unsuccessful effort, Rab abandons the attempt, eager to rejoin his friends and finish his compelling narrative. As he prepares to leave the toilet, Rab suddenly feels unwell, and the vision in his better eye, the one that's not swollen, grows noticeably impaired. He examines his reflection in the mirror, aware that his face is still bruised and swollen from the incident with the patio doors several days earlier, an event he now recognises as fact rather than imagination. However, he notices a new issue with his functioning eye. The pupil has shifted inward. Focusing intently toward his nose, and despite repeated attempts, the eye fails to return to its normal position. Panic sets in. Unlocking the toilet door, he makes his way back to the living room. Hey lads, what the fuck's happening with my eye here? Can you see it's jammed inward? Well, that's all they need to hear and see. Laughter erupts from everyone. Uncontrollable laughter as they're all wasted. And this happens to be the funniest thing ever. Rab stands there, face all battered and bruised, with his one good eye deciding that it wasn't playing anymore and was taking the rest of the night off. He can't see clearly, but he knows they're all rolling around the floor in fits of laughter at his predicament. Fuck you all, he shouts. I'm having a situation here, and I don't need all you cunts laughing at me. It's no fucking helping the situation. From amongst the laughter, someone shouts. That's what I hear happens when you've got a brain tumour. Now the laughter is louder than ever. The loudest laughter that Rab has ever heard. A fucking brain tumour. His mind, or what's left of his mind, latches onto this thought and won't let it go. A fucking brain tumour. A fucking brain tumour. Have I got a fucking brain tumour? He hears another shout. Take a line of coke and you'll be brand new, big chap. Brand fucking new, thinks Rab. Have I got a brain tumour? Rab panics and heads for the door, fleeing into the street at 3 a.m. as he wonders how far it is to the local hospital. Eventually, Rab arrives at the hospital as his mind slowly starts to dissolve into insanity and beyond. Oof. Rab's in some nick there, eh? To be continued. How do you think Rab feels? What happens to young Rab in the hospital? Does he continue sliding down the slippery slope into the darkness? What will the next fuck up be? Will he decide enough is enough and seek help? We will catch up with him again real soon. Meantime, suppose you know anyone who may be struggling with addiction, addictive behaviours or mental health issues. Be supportive. Be there for them. Be kind. Thank you.